What if everything you've ever truly desired wasn't just possible, but fundamentally inevitable, if you simply unlocked and wielded one forgotten principle? For far too long, you, like countless others, have pursued your grandest ambitions with fragmented efforts, with a determination that flickers, only to find your deepest aspirations stubbornly eluding your grasp, receding into the distance like a mirage. You strive, you plan, you work diligently, yet something crucial seems missing. Is it a lack of opportunity? Is it some unseen cosmic barrier? Or is it a fundamental misapplication of the very power that defines human existence? Consider this deeply. What if the true master key to your ultimate undeniable success lay not in more strenuous effort, not in the acquisition of greater external resources, but in a fundamentally different kind of belief? A belief so potent, so unwavering, that it reshapes the very fabric of your perceived reality. It's time to cease the restless chase after superficial fixes and turn your gaze inward to the source of all true creation. Today, with the guidance of timeless wisdom, we shall unearth Napoleon Hill's most profound yet astonishingly often misunderstood secret, the absolute truth that the power of faith creates the reality you desire. This is not idle philosophy, a comforting platitude offered to soothe the weary soul. Understand this clearly, it is not mere theory. This principle is a precise and exacting blueprint, a scientific method for the cultivation of a mental attitude so powerful it becomes an irresistible magnet for your objectives. It is a rigorous process designed to meticulously mold the landscape of your inner mental world to refine your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations with such precision that, as an inevitable consequence, it fundamentally and unequivocally reshapes your external physical reality. Think of your mind not as a passive recipient of circumstances, but as a dynamic forge, capable of hammering out the very essence of your future. Every thought, every conviction, every deeply held belief is a stroke of the hammer upon this internal forge. What are you truly creating there, in the silent chambers of your consciousness? Are you inadvertently forging chains of doubt, or are you diligently crafting the golden instruments of your liberation and achievement? This truth demands more than just casual acknowledgement. It requires rigorous application. You are standing at a pivotal juncture, a moment of profound choice. Will you continue to allow external circumstances and fleeting emotions to dictate the boundaries of your potential? Or will you seize the reins of your own mental kingdom, asserting the divine right of self-determination? This is your opportunity to transcend the ordinary, to move beyond the realm of mere possibility and step firmly into the domain of inevitability. Prepare yourself now. Prepare to look beyond the immediate and the apparent, and to truly discover how to activate the most potent, inherent force residing within you. This power is not granted. It is awakened. It is not found. It is consciously cultivated. It is within your reach, waiting for your command, poised to transform vague aspirations into concrete achievements. This journey begins now, with the unflinching realization that your faith, your unwavering, burning faith, is the genesis point of all you seek to create. The question then becomes, what reality will you choose to forge with this formidable power? Forget, for a moment, everything you think you know about faith. Dismiss the passive connotations, the gentle hopes, the mere wishful thinking that often masquerades under its name. For centuries, the very concept of faith has been diluted, confined to spiritual platitudes or relegated to the realm of the abstract. But Napoleon Hill, with his incisive understanding of human psychology and the laws of achievement, did not speak of such a shallow, ethereal concept. He uncovered a force far more potent, far more precise, an almost scientific instrument for transformation that demands your active engagement. His definition of faith is not an invitation to blind belief. It is a direct command to cultivate an active state of mind. Consider this. True, manifesting faith, as Hill meticulously defined it, is a burning, unshakable conviction. It is a certainty that permeates your very being, so profoundly rooted that it compels action and systematically eradicates every vestige of doubt. This isn't about passively waiting for something good to happen. It's about an internal declaration, an absolute knowing that your desired outcome is not merely possible, but inevitable, given the correct application of mental and physical energy. This conviction, once forged, becomes an internal compass, guiding your thoughts, shaping your decisions, and dictating your responses to every challenge you encounter. Where does your current conviction lie? Is it a fleeting thought, or a deeply embedded foundational belief? This redefined faith acts as the ultimate catalyst, the indispensable ingredient that bridges the chasm between a nebulous desire and its tangible manifestation. Without it, even the most brilliant plans remain dormant, mere intellectual exercises lacking the vital spark of execution. It is the active force that transforms an idea into a plan into persistent action, and persistent action into material reality. Think of it as the inner engine, not merely suggesting direction, but powerfully driving you forward, overcoming inertia and resistance, both internal and external. Can you feel that engine stirring within you, or does it lie dormant, awaiting the ignition of true conviction? Crucially, Hill's faith is never nebulous. It is always, unfailingly, anchored to a definite chief aim. This is the non-negotiable first step, the absolute prerequisite for forging any real manifesting faith. How can you have unshakable conviction if you are unclear about what you are convinced of? A general wish for more success or more happiness cannot ignite this burning faith. It must be a specific, clearly defined, emotionally charged objective, so vivid in your mind's eye that it feels already within your grasp. It is the target upon which your internal firing mechanism locks, ensuring all your mental and physical energies converge with laser-like precision. This clarity of purpose is not just a preference, it is the very foundation upon which unshakable conviction is built. Without this definite aim, your mental energy, your nascent faith, dissipates like steam, powerless to condense into concrete results. Therefore, deconstructing faith means understanding it as a precision tool. It is not an abstract religious concept, but a psychological law that, when correctly applied, yields predictable results. It is the emotionalized belief, fused with thought, directed towards a definite purpose, that unlocks the subconscious mind's power to guide you towards the attainment of your desires. It transforms, "I hope to achieve this," into, "I know I will achieve this, and here are the concrete steps I am taking." This transformation from hope to certainty, driven by an unequivocal purpose, is the true meaning of faith in the context of achievement. Are you ready to wield this precision tool with the mastery it demands? This redefinition frees you from the shackles of passive waiting and empowers you to become the deliberate architect of your own destiny, guided by an unwavering inner conviction. Now let us delve deeper, beyond the mere definition, into the very mechanics of how this redefined faith operates. How does a seemingly intangible mental state transform into tangible results? This is where we bridge the chasm between ancient wisdom and modern understanding, entering what I call the quantum mechanics of belief. This is not mystical speculation. It is the study of how faith physically creates your reality. Napoleon Hill, with an intuitive genius that often preceded scientific validation, understood implicitly what modern neuroscience is only now beginning to confirm with empirical data. He recognized that your brain, far from being a static organ, is a dynamic, highly malleable receiving station and, crucially, an emitting station of ideas, solutions, and opportunities. When fueled by an unshakable faith, your brain does not just passively process information, it actively seeks, attracts, and even creates the pathways to your definite purpose. Have you ever considered the sheer, untapped potential residing within your own cranium, waiting to be directed by a focused conviction? This concept of the mind as a workshop is not a poetic metaphor. It is a functional description. Your thoughts, particularly those charged with emotion and sustained by faith, generate electrical and chemical impulses that literally recalibrate your focus. Think of it as tuning a radio to a specific frequency. A mind saturated with doubt and fear is tuned to the frequency of lack, of obstacles, of reasons why something cannot be achieved. It sees problems, not solutions. It perceives limitations, not possibilities. But a mind infused with active faith, with an unyielding belief in a definite chief aim, shifts its frequency entirely. It becomes exquisitely attuned to the opportunities, the resources, the people, and the coincidences that were previously invisible to a doubting mind. It begins to recognize patterns and possibilities that were always present, but simply beyond its previous perceptive range. What frequency is your mind currently broadcasting and receiving on? Are you consciously choosing it? This active mental state, driven by faith, does more than just enhance perception. It triggers what I call the self-suggestive loop. Discover how repeated affirmations, those clear, concise statements of your definite purpose, when delivered with genuine faith and emotional intensity, are not just empty words whispered into the void. They are powerful, direct commands to your subconscious mind. Your subconscious, an infinitely more powerful entity than your conscious mind, does not discriminate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts as truth whatever it is consistently and emotionally fed. When you consistently affirm your definite purpose with unshakable faith, you are programming this vast, unseen power within you. You are instructing it to seek out, to organize, to magnetize everything necessary for the manifestation of that purpose. This is the inner dialogue that, when mastered, inexorably becomes your outer reality. It is a feedback loop. Your conscious faith implants the seed, your subconscious nurtures and grows it, and your external reality then reflects the harvest of that internal cultivation. How often do you consciously choose the dialogue that plays on repeat in your inner world? Is it a symphony of success or a cacophony of limitations? Consider the implications. Your mind, guided by faith, doesn't merely react to the world. It proacts, shaping the very events that unfold around you. The ideas you need, the connections you require, the solutions to seemingly intractable problems begin to surface, seemingly out of nowhere. This isn't magic. It is the predictable outcome of directing the immense power of your subconscious mind through the channel of unwavering faith. Your brain, in its capacity as the ultimate workshop, begins to construct the reality you desire, piece by mental piece, until the external manifestation becomes undeniable. This is the profound secret of the quantum mechanics of belief. It demands that you take full responsibility for the thoughts you allow to reside and fester in your mind. It insists that you understand the creative power inherent in your convictions. It challenges you to move beyond passive hope and embrace the active, deliberate construction of your future through the unwavering application of faith. The question remains, are you ready to become the conscious architect of your destiny, harnessing this internal forge to create the reality you so passionately desire? The tools are within you. The blueprint is clear. You have grasped the essential nature of belief, understanding its mechanics. Yet knowledge alone is a blueprint without construction. To truly forge an unshakable faith, one that actively creates your desired reality, you require a practical set of tools, a definitive construction manual. This is not about passive absorption, it is about deliberate, consistent application. Here, then, are the 4 foundational pillars upon which you must build your edifice of success, each one indispensable, each one demanding your focused attention. The first pillar is the incandescent desire ritual. Understand this distinction clearly. A casual wish, a fleeting thought of what you might like to possess or achieve, holds no power. It is merely a vapor, easily dispersed by the winds of doubt and circumstance. True faith, the kind that moves mountains and reshapes destiny, is fueled by an incandescent desire. It must be a burning, all-consuming passion for your definite chief aim. How do you ignite and maintain such a fire within your soul? This requires a daily ritual. It is not enough to merely think about your desire, you must feel it. You must visualize your desired outcome with such vividness, such sensory detail, that it becomes more real to you than your present circumstances. See yourself already possessing it. Hear the sounds of its attainment. Feel the texture of its presence. Taste the sweetness of its success. Engage all your senses. This isn't imagination for entertainment. It is imagination as a profound act of creation, a constant infusion of emotional energy into your definite purpose. This ritual acts as the primary fuel, ensuring your faith never flickers, but burns ever brighter, an internal beacon guiding every action and thought towards its inevitable manifestation. Without this emotional intensity, your mental blueprint remains inert. Building upon this ignited desire, the second pillar is the command of your subconscious. Once your desire burns incandescently, how do you effectively communicate it to the vast, potent engine that is your subconscious mind? This is where clarity, precision, and emotional repetition become paramount. Your subconscious is not a reasoning entity. It is an obedient servant, accepting and acting upon whatever commands it receives most frequently and with the greatest emotional charge. Therefore, you must write down your definite chief aim with absolute clarity and specificity. Make it concise, unambiguous. Then, commit this written statement to memory, repeating it aloud morning and night, and numerous times throughout your day. But the mere recitation of words is insufficient. As you repeat your command, infuse it with the same incandescent desire you cultivate in your ritual. Feel the emotion of already possessing what you seek. This direct, consistent communication bypasses the conscious mind's tendency towards doubt and skepticism, implanting the command deeply within the subconscious. It is like programming a powerful computer. Garbage in, garbage out. Clarity and emotional conviction in your commands ensure your subconscious works tirelessly, day and night, to bring your definite chief aim into your physical reality. This systematic programming transforms vague hopes into firm, unyielding instructions, activating powers within you that you scarcely knew existed. Now consider the crucial environment in which your faith must flourish. This brings us to the third pillar, the mastermind alliance of conviction. Faith, particularly in its nascent stages, can be a fragile seed, vulnerable to the frost of negativity and the winds of doubt from external sources. To protect and amplify your conviction, you must strategically surround yourself with individuals who embody or are striving towards the same high ideals and desired outcomes. A mastermind alliance, as I conceived it, is not merely a group of people. It is a convergence of minds operating in a spirit of perfect harmony for the attainment of a definite purpose. The power generated by such an alliance is exponential. When two or more minds focus on a common objective with unshakable faith, a third, invisible, intangible force is created, a dynamic spiritual power that amplifies the individual convictions of each member. This alliance acts as a powerful insulator against the doubt of the masses, a constant source of inspiration, fresh perspectives, and reinforced belief. Their belief strengthens yours, and your belief strengthens theirs. It protects your creative space, ensuring that your mental environment is constantly charged with positive expectation and unwavering resolve. Choose your allies wisely, for their convictions will inevitably influence yours. Are you isolating your faith, or are you strategically multiplying its power? Finally, the fourth pillar, the enduring backbone of all great achievement, is the unyielding persistence protocol. Faith is not a one-time intellectual assent. It is a relentless, unwavering pursuit, particularly when confronted by the inevitable trials and temporary setbacks. Life will test the strength of your conviction. Obstacles will arise. Doubts will attempt to creep back into your mind. This is precisely why a clear, systematic protocol for maintaining your persistence is non-negotiable. Persistence is not merely stubbornness, it is faith in action. It is the absolute refusal to accept defeat, the unwavering certainty that your definite chief aim will be realized, regardless of how many times you must adjust your approach. Develop a mental resilience that views every setback not as a failure, but as vital feedback, a necessary step in the learning process, refining your methods, strengthening your resolve, and ultimately confirming your commitment. This protocol involves constantly reviewing your definite chief aim, reaffirming your incandescent desire, and drawing strength from your mastermind alliance. It is the unwavering inner declaration that you will see it through, no matter the cost, no matter the duration. This consistent, disciplined application of persistence transforms potential failures into inevitable stepping stones, ensuring that your faith, tested and proven, manifests your desired reality. These four pillars, when meticulously erected and consistently maintained, form the bedrock of an unshakable faith, a faith that does not merely hope, but actively creates. You have diligently constructed your pillars of faith, recognizing the power of incandescent desire, the precision of subconscious command, and the amplification of a mastermind alliance. Yet, to truly achieve the reality you desire, you must confront the hidden adversaries, the insidious forces that seek to dismantle your construction. Even with the clearest blueprint, even with the strongest conviction, doubt and fear are not merely external phenomena. They are internal saboteurs, ever present, ready to exploit any perceived weakness in your mental fortress. To neglect their existence is to invite their triumph. Consider the inner critic, that relentless voice that whispers tales of past failures, amplifies present inadequacies, and projects future catastrophes. This saboteur is born from conditioning, from accumulated disappointments, from every instance you allowed external judgment to define your internal worth. It feeds on uncertainty, growing stronger with every moment of hesitation. It attempts to convince you that your definite chief aim is too ambitious, that you are not capable, that others are more deserving. It paints vivid, agonizing pictures of potential humiliation, of wasted effort, of the comfort of remaining safely within the known boundaries of your current, unfulfilled reality. This internal dialogue, if left unchecked, becomes a constant erosion, slowly but surely chipping away at the foundation of your unshakable faith, turning your incandescent desire into a flickering ember of resignation. This saboteur is perhaps the most dangerous, for it speaks from within, often masked as prudent caution, when in reality it is the very essence of self-betrayal. Do you recognize its voice? Are you allowing it to dictate the boundaries of your potential? Then there is the external noise, the collective doubt of the masses, the well-meaning but ultimately destructive skepticism of those around you. Friends, family, colleagues, many will struggle to comprehend the audacity of your vision, the certainty of your conviction. They will offer their fears, their limitations, their conventional wisdom, often disguised as advice. Be realistic, they will say. Don't aim too high. It's too risky. While their intentions may be benign, their words, if permitted to penetrate your mental defenses, act as corrosive agents, seeding uncertainty where there was conviction. This external doubt, particularly when it comes from those you trust or respect, can be profoundly unsettling. It challenges your resolve, making you question your own judgment, making you wonder if perhaps they are right, and your faith is merely a delusion. This saboteur thrives on conformity, on the unspoken pressure to remain average, to avoid the discomfort of standing apart. Are you diligently guarding the sanctity of your mental space from these external intrusions? And let us not overlook the twin fears, the fear of failure and, paradoxically, the fear of success. The fear of failure is a common antagonist, paralyzing action, making you hesitant to commit fully, to take the necessary risks. It conjures images of ruin, of public ridicule, of the bitter taste of defeat. But the fear of success, though less recognized, is equally potent. It manifests as a subconscious resistance to the responsibilities, the visibility, the transformative changes that true achievement demands. It questions your worthiness, your ability to sustain greatness, the very disruption that success will bring to your established routines and relationships. Both fears, in their own cunning ways, conspire to keep you exactly where you are, trapped in the comfortable stagnation of potential unrealized. They are the invisible chains that bind your capacity for creation, making the path of least resistance seem like the only viable option. These saboteurs do not launch a frontal assault. They infiltrate. They exploit the moments of vulnerability, the times when your energy wanes, when progress seems slow, when the path ahead appears daunting. They plant seeds of doubt so subtly that you might mistake them for your own rational thoughts. They feed on unexamined assumptions, on past wounds, on every unaddressed fear. Their goal is simple: to dismantle your faith, brick by painstaking brick, until the entire structure of your definite chief aim collapses under its own perceived weight. To counteract these forces, you must implement a robust system of mental defense, a protocol for neutralizing doubt. This begins with conscious vigilance. You must become an astute observer of your own thoughts, actively identifying the moment the inner critic begins its insidious whispers, or when external negativity attempts to gain entry. Recognize these thoughts for what they are, saboteurs, and refuse them entry. Do not engage with them, do not rationalize them. Simply acknowledge their presence and consciously dismiss their authority over your mental state. This requires an uncompromising commitment to protecting the sanctity of your mental environment. Furthermore, you must master the art of reframing setbacks. Every obstacle, every temporary defeat, every apparent failure is not a confirmation of your inadequacy. It is merely feedback. It is an opportunity to refine your approach, to strengthen your resolve, to learn what does not work, thus bringing you closer to what does. Napoleon Hill understood that persistence is simply the conscious and consistent application of faith in the face of adversity. By reframing these challenges as essential steps in the learning process, as integral components of your journey toward mastery, you strip the saboteurs of their power. They thrive on the interpretation of setbacks as final defeats. You must redefine them as invaluable lessons. Finally, and crucially, you must implement a doubt detox. Just as you physically cleanse your body, you must regularly purge your mind of the mental clutter that prevents your faith from taking hold. This involves not only the conscious dismissal of negative thoughts, but also the active replacement of them with positive, affirming beliefs. Revisit your incandescent desire ritual. Recommit to the commands you impress upon your subconscious. Draw strength and renewed conviction from your mastermind alliance. This consistent process of mental hygiene, of clearing the debris of doubt, is paramount. It protects your creative space, ensuring that the internal forge, where your reality is being crafted, remains pure, focused, and unblemished by the corrosive influence of fear and uncertainty. Your unwavering faith requires an environment where it can not only survive, but thrive, growing stronger with every challenge it overcomes. This is the battle for your mind, and it is a battle you are equipped to win, provided you recognize and neutralize the saboteurs of creation. You have navigated the labyrinth of your own mind, identifying the true nature of faith and dismantling the cunning saboteurs that would seek to undermine your most profound ambitions. You now possess the knowledge, the distinction between mere hope and unshakable conviction, and the blueprint for its cultivation. But understand this with unwavering clarity. The power is not in understanding. It is in application. The profound insights we have explored, the timeless principles illuminated, remain inert, mere theoretical constructs, until they are put into decisive, deliberate action. Consider this moment. You stand at a precipice, a point of singular decision. Will you leave this discourse merely informed, intellectually stimulated perhaps, but ultimately unchanged? Will you allow these truths to dissipate into the ether of forgotten thoughts? Another compelling idea that never found purchase in the soil of your reality? Or will you choose to be truly, irrevocably transformed, to step across this threshold and consciously engage in the magnificent act of creation that awaits you? The reality you desire, the life you envision, the ultimate expression of your definite chief aim is not a gift passively bestowed upon the deserving. It is a profound creation meticulously sculpted by your sustained faith and relentless action. Think of your life, your very existence, as an unfolding narrative. Every day, every decision, every thought you entertain is a sentence, a paragraph, a chapter in the epic story of your being. Up until this very moment, perhaps much of that narrative has been dictated by external circumstances, by the influence of others, by the unconscious programming of your past. But now, armed with the wisdom of Napoleon Hill, you realize you hold the pen. The most thrilling, most fulfilling chapters of your life remain unwritten. They await your conscious authorship, your deliberate intention, your unshakable faith. This is your call to conscious creation. It is a demand that you move beyond mere contemplation and step into the arena of deliberate action. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds not to vague wishes, but to clear commands backed by unwavering belief and tangible effort. Your destiny is not predetermined. It is perpetually being shaped by the choices you make in this very moment. What will your next choice be? Will it be a choice for inertia, for comfortable passivity, for the familiar patterns of the past? Or will it be a decisive choice for courage, for commitment, for the audacious belief in your own creative power? Therefore, I present to you your first blueprint action. This is not a suggestion. It is a critical mission, the immediate and non-negotiable step to activate the entirety of your unshakable blueprint. This action must be taken not tomorrow, not in an hour, but immediately after you conclude this message. Your mission is this: take a tangible step, grab a pen and paper. Now write down your single most important, definite chief aim with absolute, uncompromising clarity. Do not generalize, do not equivocate. Be so specific that there can be no misunderstanding, no ambiguity, either for yourself or for the universe. What exactly do you intend to achieve? When will you achieve it? What will you give in return? What is the precise plan? Write it down as if it were an unalterable decree, a signed contract with yourself and with the forces of the universe. This physical act of writing is a powerful declaration, signaling to your conscious and subconscious mind that this intention is real, that it has moved from the realm of thought into the realm of manifested form. Once you have meticulously articulated your definite chief aim, immediately spend no less than 5 concentrated minutes doing this. Visualize its complete realization. See yourself already possessing, already experiencing, already living that desired reality. And crucially, feel the emotions of achievement. Feel the profound sense of accomplishment, the joy, the peace, the exhilaration that comes with having successfully attained your goal. Engage all your senses in this mental rehearsal. How does it look? How does it sound? How does it feel to the touch? What sensations course through your body? This is not merely daydreaming. It is the deliberate imprinting of your desired future onto the canvas of your present consciousness. a powerful command issued directly to your subconscious mind, now fully prepared to work on your behalf. Understand the profound significance of this initial, seemingly simple action. This is the very first, most crucial step in activating your unshakable blueprint. It is the moment where theory transmutes into practice, where potential becomes kinetic energy. By immediately writing down your definite chief aim and emotionally visualizing its realization, you are not only clarifying your intention, you are forging the initial, tangible link between your inner world of faith and the outer world of manifestation. You are sending an unequivocal signal to your subconscious, empowering it with a clear directive. You are reinforcing the incandescent desire ritual, commanding your subconscious, and preparing the ground for the mastermind alliance and the unyielding persistence protocol. This act of immediate application demonstrates to yourself, beyond any doubt, that your faith is not merely intellectual. It is a living, breathing force within you, ready to be channeled. It reinforces your commitment, solidifies your purpose, and sets into motion the intricate mechanisms by which your desired reality will begin to coalesce around you. Your unwritten chapter awaits. Will you take up the pen and begin to author the magnificent story you were always destined to live? The choice, as always, is entirely yours. Remember, the power of faith, as we have meticulously explored, is not a whimsical magic, nor is it a blind leap into the unknown. It is unequivocally a precise psychological and spiritual law, as immutable and dependable as the laws of physics. Just as an architect cannot simply wish a skyscraper into existence, but must apply the laws of engineering, so too must you apply the foundational laws of faith to build your desired reality. This entire discourse, this entire blueprint, hinges upon your diligent and consistent application of these principles, your unwavering persistence in the face of all resistance, and your unshakable belief in your own inherent infinite capacity to achieve any definite chief aim you set for yourself. The journey toward mastery is not a destination. It is an ongoing process of refinement, a continuous striving for greater clarity, deeper conviction, and more powerful action. You now possess a profound understanding of how to ignite incandescent desire, how to command your subconscious, how to amplify your conviction through a mastermind alliance, and how to fortify your spirit with unyielding persistence against the insidious saboteurs of doubt. This knowledge, however, is merely the map. The actual territory, the living experience of your desired reality, can only be traversed through your own footsteps. The principles are universal, but their implementation is intensely personal. Each moment, each decision, each challenge you face presents a fresh opportunity to apply these truths, to test their efficacy, and to witness their transformative power unfold in your life. Do not merely acknowledge these concepts. Embody them. Let them penetrate the very core of your being, becoming the guiding force behind every thought, every word, every action. This is the path of conscious creation, the deliberate construction of a life lived on your own terms, built upon the bedrock of an unshakable faith. Finally, consider the larger implications of this work. Your personal journey of self-mastery fueled by faith does not exist in isolation. When you elevate your own reality, when you achieve your definite chief aim, you invariably raise the standard for those around you. You become a beacon of possibility, a living testament to the power of directed thought and unwavering conviction. You inspire others, often without even realizing it, to seek their own potential, to pursue their own dreams. This is the ripple effect of greatness, the ultimate contribution of a life lived with purpose and faith. Therefore, your success is not just for you. It is for the collective consciousness of humanity, pushing the boundaries of what is believed possible. If this blueprint resonated with the deepest stirrings of your ambition, if you are truly ready to cease mere dreaming and commence the powerful act of manifesting the reality you desire, then let this be more than just a fleeting moment of inspiration. Let this be an activation. Like this video as an affirmation of your commitment to conscious creation. Subscribe to this channel as an act of deliberate engagement with a community dedicated to principle-centered achievement. And most importantly, share with us in the comments below. What is your definite chief aim? What reality are you now determined to forge with the power of your unshakable faith? Articulate it, declare it, and let the universe bear witness to your unwavering resolve. Your future, precisely as you design it, awaits your command.